The amount of audio and video content corporations store is increasing every day. Whether originating from customer call centers, voicemail and unified messaging systems, web and video conferencing, or energy and financial trading, most corporations retain a massive collection of audio and video files. While these files have long been discoverable, the new Federal Rules of Civil Procedure clearly identify sound recordings as electronically stored information that is subject to the same rules of discovery and production as other electronic data. In the past, sound recordings have been ignored or avoided in litigation. Now, litigants and regulatory agencies regularly seek and courts routinely expect to discover audio data. Traditional methods of handling audio files, such as transcription and human listening, are expensive, time-consuming, and inaccurate. And as a result, cases with several hundred or several thousand hours of recordings quickly become unduly burdensome and expensive. Fortunately, with Nexidia Forensic Search, there is now a fast, accurate, and cost-effective method for searching audio and video recordings. To demonstrate how it works, we'll use a series of real calls from an energy trading company. Since these are calls about power trading, let's first search to find any conversation where people are discussing transmission of power. Nexidia allows us to enter our terms in a manner we're already comfortable with. As you can see, we've narrowed this list down to a much smaller set of recordings. Now the reviewer can go right to the point in a recording where the word transmission is spoken and listen more closely.
Transmission from NP up to Cobb.
The transmission and the power.
Oh, that's just the transmission. That's just for the transmission. If you're going...
No, that's on top of the transmission, right?
Yeah.
While listening to these recordings, we find evidence of a particular type of transaction, and we want to narrow our review to just those types of transactions. We enter a second search term and find all recordings that contain both the first and second terms. Nexidia Forensic Search shows both sets of results in different colors, so the reviewer can easily move from point to point in a recording and listen to the conversation in context. We navigate rapidly through our search results and decide which recordings are relevant. For those cases where we have a particular set of search terms we are looking for, Nexidia Forensic Search allows us to easily enter multiple search criteria and even use advanced logic to combine terms including proximity elements. For example, let's say we need to find all mentions of transactions between California and a specific power plant. We create a search to find both of these terms in the same recording and specify that the terms be located within a certain amount of time from each other to add relevance.
Okay, this is going to California? Mm-hmm. Okay. And I'm picking it up from who at Four Corners? Idaho.
While Nexidia allows reviewers to rapidly find content within a large body of recordings, there are also several tools that help manage the review process workflow. For example, as we search, we can add notes about recordings and assign recordings to categories that will help us sort them later. As we complete the review process, we can also use the metadata filters to easily create reports summarizing our findings. For example, we create a log of all files we are producing to the opposing party. With just a few mouse clicks, we generate reports that list each recording and use these as the basis for our production log and privilege log. Only Nexidia Forensic Search can search through thousands of hours of audio and video recordings to quickly locate relevant and privileged recordings. With Nexidia, you'll feel confident knowing that you have thoroughly and accurately completed your review without wasted time or expense. So what makes Nexidia different? First, it's highly accurate. Nexidia utilizes a patent-pending process that breaks recordings of words down into phonemes, the smallest building blocks of spoken language. This phonetic-based technology does not rely on dictionaries, so proper names, industry jargon, and slang are immediately searchable without dictionary updates and is speaker-independent. Also, unlike human listeners, Nexidia's accuracy does not degrade over time as fatigue sets in. Second, it's extremely fast. With Nexidia, 1 hour of recorded audio is made searchable in less than a minute. That means 2,000 hours of audio can be processed and ready for review in less than 1 business day. Third, it's scalable. Suppose human listeners search through 2,000 hours of audio and later find out that a new search term needs to be added to the list. They have no choice but to manually search the 2,000 hours all over again. Suppose also that there are hundreds of search terms to listen for simultaneously. Humans are unable to listen for that many terms at once. Nexidia searches, on the other hand, can be immediately executed over and over with multiple sets of search criteria. And finally, it drives considerable cost savings. At less than half the cost of transcription and a quarter of the cost of human listening, Nexidia Forensic Search makes audio discovery both affordable and manageable. Find out how Nexidia can make an impact on your next project. Please click here for more information.